All right, guys. Thank you for fuck me. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it as always. Thank you. All right, so let's get into it. This is going to be really, really short, and let's jump right into the story at hand. So, the real reason for this war. Now, there's Iran could Iran's extremely rare mineral discovery be another incentive for the U.S.-Israel war? Now, this article, to be fair, comes off a little, liberal-esque, but bear with me. All right, Mitch, Flown Grown, Mr. Landfill, Skydive, Elaine, Carabine, thank you for the 5x5. Rhonda, Dobie, Raccoon, Bates, Maria, Evolving Media, Northern Hillbilly, another friend, Pop Tart, Scott, Nomad, Evolving, WTC, Groundhog, thank you for the 5x5. F you all, Crow, 1 second, prepped it with that, bite boat, Dana, Lexi, thank you for the 5x5. Jake, Eyes Wide, thank you for the 5x5. Did I miss anybody? No, I got everybody. Thank you. Moose, thank you for the 5x5. And Cherokee Survival and Class Comedy, thank you for the 5x5. Master Blaster, thank you for the 5x5. Appreciate it as always, guys. All right, so let's get to it. Iran's decade-long hunt for one of the most rare minerals in the world finally paid off only 2 months before Israel's attack on Tehran, which just so happened to be a key material for defense and renewable energies as the United States scrambles for alternatives in a 2.46 trillion defense market. In March of 2025, Iran announced the discovery of 7,000 tons of extremely rare mineral and antimony. At the time when China, Iran's BRIC ally, is disrupting the global supply chain amid Beijing's mineral war with the U.S. Now, interestingly enough, guys, I think Iran found this more than 2 months ago. Whenever they made the pact, whenever they signed that pact, I think Iran had already found it or found some of it, but didn't want to say anything to the rest of the world. That is the only reason why China signed with them. Because I remember when they signed that BRIC pact, I remember Iran joining and being like, that's an odd one. They had to offer something for them to be a part of that pact. Everybody who's a part of that pact has to offer something. This is what Iran offers. So when did they sign that pact? 2 years ago, maybe? So again, they probably found this 2 years ago and not March 2025. All right. Solar grids and soldier gear depends on this stuff. Western world, including the US, EU countries, and Israel, seek it. China's monopolizing it, and Iran's discovery of a new lifeline for the future of its technologies and military capabilities. The future of technological, military, and supply chain is all about this one extremely rare mineral. The future is all about antimony, and it seems that the two of the U.S. biggest adversaries have an abundance of it. The largest deposit of Iran minerals was found in the Sistine and Baluchistan province, which alone account for 10% of the world's known reserves. The discovery followed a 10-year exploration drive that led by the Iranian mines and mining industry development and renovation, and is aligned with the country's drive to move away from oil exports, and semi-metal antimony, or stibium, as is also known as, is an important essential in electronics, flame-retardant gear, and medicine. Also, high-tech or advanced military weaponry uses this stuff. Iran's antimony discovery will strengthen the country's position in a strategic industry, experts told Iran Press. The growing deficit of Iran's mineral reserves and its expanding application, particularly in solar power and defense, render Iran's entrance into the market timely as well as a geopolitical problem or issue. Excuse me. Give me 2 seconds. All right. Antimony has become the backbone of the most rare mineral in the world's renewable power and military innovation. Solar cells contain antimony that soaring Perovskite cells, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, perovskite cells are more efficient through enhanced light absorption and heat stability. Liquid metal batteries, which store excess solar energy and stabilize the grid, have antimony as one of their main components. No kidding. Sorry, on the defense end, minerals are crucial in the Iranian mineral exploration. The U.S. Defense Department uses antimony in over 200 ammunitions applications, including stab detonators, I have no clue what that is, percussion primers, and armor-piercing rounds. Its compounds are essential for flame-retardant uniform and night vision device. We don't have that in our flame-retardant uniform, by the way, but whatever. Analysts noted that the Iran antimony uses military roles in making this energy transition feasible cannot be overstated, adding that the U.S. solar capability is projecting to reach 700 gigawatts by 2050. That's another 25 years. Underlying the minerals' growing importance. This is why they're going to war over this or make a huge deal with Iran at the sit-down next week. This is undoubtedly going to be a part of that fucking sit-down next week. China dominates 50% of the global antimony mining and 80% of its processing. Recent export restrictions put in place for security purposes, however, have driven the price to a soaring height, with antimony currently at $55,000 a ton, up 350% from 2024, more than Iran's natural resources worth. China banned all exports of antimony to America in December, indicating supplies to a strategic clean energy and national security material. Interdicting supplies. China, they basically weaponized our mineral insecurity by turning off the tap for crucial or critical minerals. They controlled the market, and it's not just antimony, said the CEO of Military Metals Corps, Scott Eldridge. Scott continued to state that the government are realizing how dependent we are on China, and that when they turn off the tap, we see how vulnerable we are to the disruption. In the meeting with officials, you can see that, you can see it with the sweat on the brow and the money that's being put on the table. So they're probably offering way more than it's actually worth. In response, the U.S. is funding a domestic mining effort in which led to the resource in Iowa receiving an $1.8 billion loan from a U.S. Import Bank and grant from the Department of Defense. The company plans to meet a 35% of the Americans' demand within the next 6 years from 2028, maybe even earlier, due to strategic imperatives. I'm not sure what that means. So anyway, the bottom line is this is the new gold rush that no one's speaking of. So right now, the United States is scrambling. China just fucked the United States. But again, you put yourself in a position where we need this, and we let the Chinese know we need this. Now they put us in a position where we're throwing money at them. Anyway, regardless of the global defense spending on some of the most rare minerals in the world, specifically the discovery of the Iranian mineral resource, global military expense hit a $1.4 trillion in 2024, making assure supplies of antimony necessary. The mineral has been deemed crucial or critical by the U.S., EU, Japan, Australia, and many more. 90% of the global supply comes from China, Russia, and Turkestan. Turkestan. So 90% of the supply comes from China, Russia, and Turkestan. I'm pretty sure Russia's not giving us any. China just closed it off in December, and nothing is being said about Turkestan. But anyway, all that being said, guys, right now the United States is scrambling. Meanwhile, Myanmar, the fourth largest producer of producer. Sorry, let me start from the beginning. Russia's mine supplies 20% of the map of the rare earth material in the world, and in 2023, but Western access has been limited by sanctions. Meanwhile, Myanmar, the fourth largest producer, faces a civil unrest that has disrupted its export. Turkestan's Anzab mine, backed by U.S. investment, and Australia upcoming Hillgrove project offers a sign of diversification. So we are getting some from Turkestan and Australia. All right. Anyway, enough of that. Real quick on this article. China's mosquito drones for stealth military operations. The Chinese Military Robotics Lab at National University of Defense Technology in Hunan Province created a mosquito drone designed for stealth operation, raising new questions about the role of the miniature robotic modern warfare. Someone talked about this a few years ago. Someone talked about microscopic drone wars. So that makes sense. And now we're seeing it. So the microscopic UAV mosquito drone has featured a recent broadcast on the CCTV 7, China's state-run military channel. The miniature device, which resembles an insect, is engineered for use in battlefield surveillance and special operations. During the report, a student researcher, Lang Hyun, held the drone between his fingertips, emphasizing its small size and covert capabilities. Here in my hand is a mosquito-like robot. Miniature bionic robots like this are especially suited for information reconnaissance and special missions on a battlefield. They do not talk about its injecting capability, which I am wholeheartedly going to state right now. They are undoubtedly going to make these things or put some kind of unknown substance on these mosquitoes and release them on the battlefield. Now, right now, there is no battlefield. They have no battlefield. They don't have a battle currently going on. So that means they're going to be using this on spy capabilities here in the United States, like they've probably already done. They've probably been doing it. The farms that they bought by the military base, this is where they're going to be using these mosquito-like drones on the military base, guaranteed. But they are big enough that you can't see them. Like they're not they're not microscopic, but they are tiny. But they're like mosquito tiny. All right, so stealth micro drone China military operation. The mosquito drone project is an indication of China's continued spending on advanced military technology with a strong emphasis on autonomous and unmanned capabilities. The stealth micro drones, like the one developed by NUDT, are difficult to detect and can access areas that are too dangerous or inaccessible for human soldiers or heavy machinery. The potential applications include close-range spying, surveillance of an environment, and even payload delivery and sensitive operations. There you go. They just admitted to it. Payload delivery and sensitive operations. Mosquitoes. Payload would be a virus into whatever person or persons they're trying to infect. The development of the mosquito drone surveillance is viewed by the military experts as one of the facets of a broader trend towards asymmetric warfare, in which stealth and reconnaissance are increasingly critical. While no details of the technology inside the drones are made public, the size and apparent maneuverability suggest that it is intended to be used within cities or behind lines of covert micro-drone espionage intelligence gathering. The use of a biomimicry indoor spy drone, mosquito size, designed for natural systems, are becoming more prevalent in military drones. Mimicking the designs and or flight pattern of an insect make them invisible to nature and rendering them excellent tools for covert operations. Under the control of the Chinese Central Military Commission, the NUD has been among the leading institutions driving the country towards an integrating AI, biometric, bionic, micro-drone, and robotics in the defense system. With the nations vying to develop the state-of-the-art weapons of war, a small mosquito drone-like the ones shown at the NUD can become more critical in monitoring reconnaissance missions along. Basically, it's a fucking spy device, or a device that can end a population of people, whether that's injecting them with a drug to slow them down on the battlefield, or injecting a drug into or injecting a virus into society to infect the population and kill them off. That's essentially what this is going to be. Obviously, they're trying to dress it up and make it and talk about just espionage and spying. But if I was the Chinese, I would be using this to infect my adversaries. Period. With that being said, guys, I'm going off the air. I am toast. I can't function anymore. I don't want to function anymore. I will see you guys Friday. Hopefully, I'll be a lot better in a lot better shape. Other than that, yeah. Also, working out in a sleep deficit and calorie deficit, don't do it. It isn't worth it. Anyway, man, other than that, see you guys later, and I'll, talk to you guys fucking some other time. Good night, guys.